afternoon, everyone. Early Sunday football here in Oklahoma City. That is right. The SFL is back, baby. And Chad Rowland here in the booth, back out of retirement tonight, had to come to this beautiful stadium here in Oklahoma City to call this game between the Renegades and the Lexington Miners. And joining me in the booth tonight, or today, is none other than Alden Bleeker. Alden, good afternoon. How you doing today, sir?
I am fantastic. This is a brand new stadium for a team with a long lineage in the SFL. It is a very exciting day, and two teams that are going to put on a good game of football, I think.
Yeah, and Lexington coming in as the heavy favorite here. So, Alden, the question's going to get flipped to you. What does Oklahoma City have to do to get this victory? Last week, they looked pretty good against Queen City. What do they got to do this week?
Well, they only lost a very close game by one touchdown against Queen City, and a very game Queen City at that. I think if Oklahoma City can get on top of the ball, you know, Lexington might be the odds-on favorite, but you can't sleep on Lexington's offense.
And we are going to see that Lexington offense here first off, as they are getting the ball on the tee, and everybody here in OKC is pumped up. Football is back here in Oklahoma, as that is going to be taken from about the 12-yard line, and Gabriel Manning doing a little shimmy shake down past the 30 to the 36-yard line, and that is going to bring out two-season veteran Kenny Slider in this offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lexington, interestingly, have made big investments in their offensive line. Of their 6 signed offensive line players, 5 of them are rookies. So it's going to be very interesting as those players get a chance to mature, how that's going to affect Kenny Slider's development and give him a chance to set in the pocket and throw.
High spread look here, starting off for the Miners, as Slider's going to drop back for his first attempt of the day, and he's going to find his man over the middle as Gabe Manning past midfield, first down.
And that's exactly what you're trying to do when you have these investments in the offensive line. He just has the opportunity, nice clean pocket, finds a man completely open in space there, nice little side route toward the center field marker there, and that is just a perfectly executed and drawn play. Very good vision shown by Kenny Slider so far.
Yeah, you want to get that first play right and get off to a good start, and that's exactly what the Miners offense did. Slider changing the play at the line, I-twin set. Slider scrolling to his right. He's going to look over the middle again. He finds his target, and that is going to be Alexander West for a first down and more. And they are moving the ball very well these first 2 plays.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we see it there. It's just allowing the play time to develop. These routes, if you let them run, are going to find space, is the belief of the Lexington offense. And so far, again, 2 routes developing downfield perfectly.
Yep, and high formation look here. 3 wide set, as that's going to be a handoff to Phoenix Jones. That's going to be, actually, that is Deion James getting the first carry of the day for a gain of 9.
Yeah, and that is so great for Lexington. Not only are you throwing the ball well, already getting the run game involved. It helps you so much as an SFL offense when you're got variety that you can pull out of the playbook.
High pro set, 2nd and 1. There's going to be a handoff. They are going to get the first down. That is Phoenix Jones with the gain. And let's go through this Lexington offense. Kenny Slider at the quarterback position. 2-time All-Star Phoenix Jones and Deion James at the running back, along with Lars Bazar at fullback. Alexander West, Alex Jackson, and Gabe Manning are your wide receivers. DJ Bandit is the tight end. And we will get to the offensive line here momentarily. I-twin set. Slider drops back. He's got time, and then the time is gone, as that is going to be the first sack of the day. And that goes to Jad McPherson.
And that is just a classic case of a pure edge rush. I mean, you saw number 74 there, did their absolute best, but just got kind of blown around there.
And this offensive line is young. They do have 4 rookies on the line. Xena West, Ricky LaFleur, Jasmine Swift, Donnie Trevason, and Phoebe Collins is the lone, as they will be incomplete there, and there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, pass interference going to move him very close to the goal line there. Yeah, and spotted on the 1, in fact.
And just an unfortunate call there, just taking out the receiver in the end zone.
Yeah, you got to give the receiver a chance to play the ball there. That is going to be a massive opportunity for Lexington to convert here.
Well, a big time penalty there by the Renegades defense puts Lexington on the 1 yard line. Slider drops back for the first pass. He's going to hit it to the outside on the screen. That is Phoenix Jones, and that is going to be a touchdown for Lexington.
Wow, and how about the designed screen pass there? You know, you throw it to someone on the outside who knows how to use the space, does Phoenix Jones as a running back, and just look, just little one arm space is all he needs to find green grass in front of him, gets into the end zone. A fantastic offensive drive for Lexington, definitely a good omen for them.
Yeah, and Lexington last week only 138 yards passing in their victory and looking pretty good so far as a passing game has been a focus on this drive as the kick is up and it is good.
And
And so
that
now, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and that is just what you want to see if you're Lexington. Oklahoma City going to be looking to make some emphasis with their first turn with the ball.
And OKC is going to get an opportunity here. They are going to down that in the end zone. And that is going to bring out this offense featuring the six-season veteran, a one-time All-Star, and the former 45th overall selection in season 16, Colin Pierce. As we are going to get started, single back set, 3 wide. Pierce, short drop, looking over the middle. That is going to be caught, and that is going to be a gain of 6 on the play. Stephen McMichaels.
And that's really the benefit of having one of these big tight ends, 6'3", 227 pounds, or McMichaels. You can just loft those balls up there, and they'll just reach down and pull them down for you.
Yeah, Stephen McMichaels last week, 8 catches for 147 yards, a big-time game. Pierce scrolling out to his right. He's going to throw, and that's going to be caught, and that's going to be a first down. McMichaels again.
And it's a great pitch and catch, but we really have to highlight the huge impact block up front that made it happen. And it just created this space, just throwing a little bit off frame, but the throwing off frame kept it away from the defender. And McMichaels, with those long limbs as a tight end, using his physical assets to maximum advantage.
And that Pierce McMichaels connection continuing into this game. Drops back, the offensive line holding very well and finds his target. That is going to be just short of the first down. That is Christian Bachikalupi with his first catch of the game.
Yeah, I was absolutely just about to comment on that. Man, the offensive line has been smothering for Oklahoma City so far, giving Colin Pierce all the time he needs to find these receivers. That is just fantastic to see.
Split back formation, 2nd and 1 for the Renegades. As that's going to be a toss to Udon, and that's going to be a first down and a little bit more up to midfield as OKC extends this drive.
Well, Oklahoma City are really committing to the trench warfare, just sending these offensive line into great coverage up front, and it creates the space again there, just creates a little hole, a little bit of daylight to be poked through.
2 wide receivers at the bottom of the screen. That is going to be a handoff to the outside, and that is going to be just a gain of 3. Jacob Brewer, the undrafted rookie, with his first carry of the game.
And this Oklahoma City team, you know, as we mentioned, this is the first time we've seen this matchup in over 4 years. So a lot of these teams, brand new working together, looking for something to prove.
Pierce drops back, looking to the outside. That is going to be tipped away, incomplete, intended for McMichaels again. And let's go over the OKC offense. Colin Pierce at quarterback, Jacob Brewer and Frank Udon, the 2nd-round pick, in at running back, Tiberius Bovine at fullback, Christian Bachikalupi at wide receiver, Jonathan Kilgore and Stephen McMichaels in there at the tight end position. 3rd and 7, the first test here for OKC on this drive. They are going to send a man in motion. Pierce rolls to his left, and pressure's getting to him. Down he goes. That's going to be the first sack for Lexington, and that's going to stop the drive.
Yeah, and that is just a fantastic play by that is Barrow Demora, the defensive end, and just absolutely blows around the coverage there. No time really for the offensive line to get set. Just does a great job getting into the backfield and making the tackle. And that is a fantastic stop for Lexington. That's exactly what you got to do.
Roberto Demora, 11th season veteran, only one All-Star nod. Very surprising to see that, as Gabe Manning's going to try to break away from this and does not. Gets down to the 25. And so that is going to bring out that offense once again. Kenny Slider on that first drive, Alden, 3 for 3. Perfect drive for Kenny Slider.
Yeah, and not only that, not only did he have the touchdown, over 10 yards per attempt. So, not only is he picking up yards, he's picking up yards in bunches.
Yep, indeed he has. Let's see if they still focus on that passing game or maybe they shift to the run game here. First and 10, I spread set. They are going to shift the fullback out. Maybe look for a run off tackle. That is indeed where they are going to go. And he's going to be able to seal that outside edge. You get a first down. Great blocking up front there by the Lexington offensive line.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's what we saw with Phoenix Jones on the touchdown reception last drive, just using that physical length, his wingspan to create space. Some running backs might just lean into the contact, but he's creating space, and that led to another 3-4 yards easy there.
Now Deion James is in the backfield looking to get some more of his stats, as you're going to see the slot receiver move in motion. That is Alex Jackson. Have not called his name so far today. As there's going to be a handoff to James. Tries to get up the middle, but is stopped just short. And that's going to be Pharaoh Rains, the corner, with the tackle.
Yeah, and this is really how the run game works for Lexington. They really are based around the offensive line, and that's such a big part of this offense going forward is to set a space for the quarterback and to poke holes for the run game.
And there's a handoff this time to Jones, and tries to get through there, but it is clogged up the middle. Great tackle there by Gooden.
Yeah, just 6 brick walls to try to get around there, and it just all clogged up.
So Lexington with their first real test on this drive as well. 3rd and 8, they're going to go quad set here, 4 wide. OKC in a 3-down line. Slider drops back, protection's looking good, and pressure was getting to him, and incomplete in the hands of the receiver, but out. And that's going to be a good defense there by OKC, forcing the punt.
Well, that is a marked improvement on defense by Oklahoma City. The great tackling, holding them short, and a swat. That is something that you're going to look at in the film room tomorrow if you're Oklahoma City as like a major improvement. And that is a great stop. They're going to be in decent field position too.
Yeah, they should get decent field position out of this, as they are going to field this at about the 25-yard line. Opportunity to get up a little bit. They are going to give them a friendly mark there at the 30-yard line. And so now brings back that offense once again. And let's see what OKC can do here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think they did some great stuff on the first drive. Colin Pierce went 3 for 4, and Stephen McMichael's proving to be a reliable target, as is Christian Bachagalupi.
Got split twin set here, as they are going to have a man in motion. That is Bachagalupi. And there's going to be a handoff to Frank Udon, and he gets gained about 3 on the run.
Yeah, that was tricky. It almost looked like the defensive line there was like in the backfield as soon as the play started there. That play blew up very quickly.
Yep, that was Udon's second attempt of the night. He's got 9 yards as high formation set here. 2nd and 7. Pierce, short drop. Pressure getting to him from the backside, and that's not going to help. He goes down, and that's going to be a sack.
Yeah, man. And again, that's Tony Roberto, the linebacker, coming in on the blitz there. Just goes around the outside because, the offensive line really is having to deal with these fantastic defensive linemen. And that just leaves the space open on the outside there.
Tony Roberto, the former All-Star last season, former London Knight as well. 3rd and 8, bunch set at the top of the screen. Pierce Drops back. He's going to look short. He's going to find Bovine, and he's going to be able to swing around that line. Look at that running there by Bovine. First down and more with that tight end experience. Alden being able to just tiptoe around that for a first down.
That's the Hall of Famer presence of mind. I mean, man, that corner route just absolutely burns his coverage, and he's not afraid to go to the sidelines. He's like, I might go out, but I'm going to get 5-6 yards before I do.
That's some fancy footwork there. 6'4", 225, 22 seasons in the
Amazing.
SFL. He is still getting it done here
11
in
years.
24. A long time. And then it's going to be a handoff, and it's going to go to Udon again. Just short, gets a gain of 4 on the run.
Yeah, and again, it's all about the space. Really, the trench warfare is the overall theme of this game. Both teams really trying to set up around the offensive lines to power their offense.
Split back set, 2nd and 6. They are going to send McMichaels onto the other side of the formation. As there's the handoff, and it looks like it went to Brewer this time, and he only gets a yard, and that's going to set up 3rd and 5 here for OKC.
And that's, again, Berto Demora already has a sack and a tackle for loss on top of 3 tackles. He's very quietly starting to have a very good day in this first quarter.
Yep, so 3rd and 5, I spread set here for the Renegades. Pierce drops back, looking over the middle, overthrows his target, incomplete, and that's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, that was a good idea. The route really was starting to develop, but just overthrew it a little bit because of the pressure.
And that is going to force a punt here for OKC. As, I mean, you have to give credit here to this offensive line. They've actually been holding them pretty well so far in this ball game. And that is going to be a fair caught there at about the 19-yard line. And so Kenny Slider and that offense is going to come back out on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a big stop for Oklahoma City last time. Kenny Slider now 3 for 4 and really clogging up the middle in terms of the run game. So Oklahoma City looking to capitalize on what was a very good defensive possession last time.
Very wide set here for the Miners. As that is going to be a handoff to Jones, and this defensive line was able to snuff that out. Good play there by the linebacker, just get no gain.
Yeah, they're gonna give him forward progress there to say it was basically a push, but man, just blowing up the run there. That is really what Oklahoma City have liked to do this game. Just send the pressure toward the center.
Slider, short drop, pressure coming in. He is somehow makes that catch. I thought Cannon there was going to be able to maybe get an opportunity, or that was good, and to maybe deflect it, but beautiful throw as that is going to end the first quarter here. Lexington with the early lead, 7-0. We'll be right back here on the Virtual Football Network. And we are back here in Renegade Nation Stadium. Very beautiful stadium here. Redone here after OKC was gone for a little bit. Now they're back, and the fans here in Oklahoma City very excited to get some SFL football back, as it is going to be 3 wide set. There's the handoff, and gets the first down a little bit more, and that is James there on, or Jones on the carry.
Yeah, and that is just stick-to-itiveness on the run there. You know, contact made, but just keep those legs moving, and sometimes good things will happen to you. Phoenix Jones is having a pretty good day, and as you see there, the numbers very balanced for Lexington in terms of pass versus rush.
Yep, 5.7 yards per play there for the Miners offense so far. There's a handoff this time. It goes to James, as he's going to get a gain of 2 on the run.
Yeah, and again, the contact on the run, you can't give up just because you've been made contact with, and that's really something Lexington seems to be hammering home. You know, you're not always going to have a huge amount of daylight.
And Slide drops back and finds his receiver. Nope, that is dropped by Gabe Manning. Not sure if that was deflected or not, but good play there by the defense. That is Thomas Rahman Jr., the Week 2 signing.
Yeah, it looked like it may have hit him in sort of the arms there and kind of got cradled and dropped there. Good pass coverage by Oklahoma City either way.
And this Renegade Nation crowd is getting on their feet and getting loud. 3rd and 8. 4 wide set for the Miners. As Slide drops back, pressure coming. He's going to throw it, and that is tipped away. Good defense there. That's Rahman Jr. again, and that's going to be 4th down.
And it was the pass defense that got that big stop for Oklahoma City previously. Again, just great coverage on the 50-50 ball, recovering to get to where the ball is. That is some fantastic defensive coverage and a great stop for Oklahoma City. Keeping it close has to be the MO if you're Oklahoma City.
I mean, and you have to be impressed with Thomas Rahman Jr. I mean, to come off the couch and be a week 2 signing. And then be able, your first assignment, Gabriel Manning. That's a tough assignment coming off the couch there, Alton.
And get 2 big drive-ending swats against him, mind you.
Exactly. So we'll see how that matchup keeps going here in this ball game. OKC trying to get that offense moving here a little bit. They get it going, and then they get stopped there by Lexington's defense. So let's see if they're able to continue it, as it is going to be split twin set. Man is in motion to the outside, as you're going to see the ball snap here momentarily with this 3-down lineman set. And there is Udon taking advantage of that 3-down lineman set and gets a gain of 4 on the run.
Yeah, and throwing in a little spin move there. The agility of these SFL running backs is really amazing sometimes. Just takes the tiniest little bit of daylight there, and with that spin move kind of blows it open there. A good reaction by the Lexington defense, but he could have been so far gone.
Got 4 carries for 17 yards so far, just over 4 yards a carry, which is kind of what you want to see. And Pierce, short drop, looking for McMichaels, tipped away, and that's going to be incomplete. The defense there holds.
And that's a smart play, I think. You know, again, we've shown that with McMichaels, he's got that limb length. So if you throw a little bit off frame, or if it's a little bit of a difficult catch, he's still got an advantage on the coverage. So I think that's definitely a smart throw, just a little bit unlucky to drop it there.
Yeah, 4 targets so far on the day for McMichaels. He's caught 2 of them for just 14 yards. 3rd down here for the Renegades. Pressure coming, and throws it, and that is going to be caught. That's a 1st down, and there's McMichaels right there on cue.
And that is what they were going for the previous throw. Man, you cannot be afraid to throw to some of your best receivers. That is just close coverage all the way around from Lexington, but McMichaels sticking with the route, and that is perfectly placed by Kenny Slider. What a throw, and what perfectly placed by Colin Pierce, rather. What a throw and what a catch.
Yep, and there's going to be a toss play out to Udon out of the I formation, and it's going to get 4 yards on the run, so that's going to set up a nice 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and now Oklahoma City have established they've got that middle throw. You have got to cover McMichaels. He is such a threat this drive.
Got 2nd and 6 here. Split back set for the Renegades. They are going to hand it this time to Tiberius Bovine, and he tries to get the 1st down, but it's just short. Good tackle there by Arthur.
And, you know, as you mentioned, previous tight end experience for Bovine, they currently use him as a fullback and doing really good fullback things there, just diving up the middle and finding the space. He's like, okay, I guess I'll keep running.
3rd and 1 here for the Renegades. As that is going to be a run up the gut, and what a play call there by OKC. 1st down for the Renegades.
Yeah, seeing the space in the middle of the formation there, possibly a blitz or something coming, you know, is the way you read that, but completely unafraid to challenge it, and it works out there for him. That is just an A+ piece of coaching.
And there's a toss to the outside. It's going to be Brewer this time, as they are going to stop him for just a yard gain. And, yeah, you have to be impressed with how that formation was, because you had 4 people there drawing all those people to the outside and just ran it right up the gut. It was a perfect play.
Yeah,
there for OKC.
yeah, no, and you know, both teams have been playing a sort of smash mouth style. So, I mean, why not? Why not run it up the middle?
Offset eye, Pierce firing over the middle. That's going to be incomplete. Try to do a quick throw, and it did not work.
Yeah, just not quite able to get his receivers as open as he would like there. And again, the great coverage by Lexington, making it, these throws have been fantastic, but Lexington have not been making it easy.
3rd and 9 here for the Renegades. Empty set as Pierce drops back. Pump fake and not enough time as he goes down. That is Roberto again, his second sack of the game.
Man, and that was a fantastic block by the backup lineman on the outside, but again, just gets around the outside. This is so much pressure that's being sent by Lexington, even with a very good offensive line performance. They're just finding the space and finding the angles. This is inspiring performance by the defensive line of Lexington.
So that's going to bring out Fiegels here for the punt, and you're hoping to kind of pin him deep there. They're not going to call a fair catch. Gabe Manning was trying to do some Gabe Manning things, but he does get it out to the 18-yard line, and so that is going to bring back this offense for Lexington.
Yeah, and I mean, it's definitely worth a try. Gabe Manning first in, number of returns, return yards total, and return touchdowns, so certainly worth a shot.
High twin formation here for the Miners. Slider drops back, pressure coming to the backside. He gets it out in time, and good catch there. That is to his Hall of Fame wide receiver, Gabe Manning.
Wow. And, coaches at pretty much every level of the game are always telling you if pressure comes, throw it away. But he recognizes something developing quickly in the middle, and he's like, okay, just quick little throw, take a chance. That is some fantastic vision.
2nd and 3, and running right up the gut is going to be Phoenix Jones, and they are going to give him the first down.
That's a dive across there. I thought it may have come up just a little bit short, but refs certainly have a better angle on it than we do.
Yep, I was trying to see if maybe there was going to be a replay called, but there was not, and so they're going to keep the flag in. 1st and 10 here for the Miners. It is going to be a handoff. They're going to try to go up the middle with James, and that's going to be a gain of 4 on the run.
Yeah, and really trying to establish that run game are Lexington. Oklahoma City really have done good pass coverage pretty much the entire game, and so now you got to try to counter it.
And there's a handoff to Jones, and that's a friendly little spot there for them. 3rd and 1. I think he made it in 3rd and 3.
Yeah, and again, referees have ultimate discretion, but yeah, the short little chunk plays by Lexington really profiting them so far this drive.
3 wide set here. They are going to hand it off to James, and look at the stop there, and they're going to give him the first down.
Okay, you got to call this one. You got to throw the flag. You got to.
Let's see if the Renegade coaching staff does, and they are not going to. Wow. I mean, you got to give credit to Chad McPherson on that tackle.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a fierce tackle. I thought for sure that was a stop.
Well, 1st and 10 here as West is going to be the man in motion. The Miners still chugging along as this is going to be a handoff to Jones, and breaking a couple of tackles and gets a gain of 5.
Wow, and Phoenix Jones not only has the agility, as we said, to keep tacklers away from him, but just really has a little bit of deceptive power there as well, keeping his legs moving, keeping his core strength engaged, and just staying up on his feet, picking up 5 yards out of what looked like it may have started as only 2.
And there's a handoff to James, and they're going to try to get to the outside, but gets a couple of yards, and that's going to set up 3rd and short here for the Miners.
Yeah, very good position to be in for Lexington. I mean, these chunk plays have been so big for them all game long, and for this drive particularly.
And there's another handoff this time.
Oh my goodness.
Tries to jump over to the defender, and the defender slammed it to the ground, but he still gets the first.
Yeah, Arn Anderson, eat your heart out. AA spine buster on the pine. My goodness.
That was Pharaoh Reigns there, the corner, making a big-time tackle, but the Miners still get the chains moved. That's another first down for Lexington. as they are just now just pounding the rock here as James gets a gain of 3.
Man, yeah, just chunking away at the yardage by Lexington. Death by a thousand paper cuts is a perfectly valid way to get a touchdown.
2nd and 7 here. We're just getting ready to get to the 2-minute. As we are indeed here at the 2-minute warning here at OKC, as Lexington trying to get a score before the end of the half, 7-0 here on the Virtual Football Network. And we are back here at OKC chat rolling. Alden Bleeker in the booth with you. Stephen Hacker and Bismarck Wright in the stats truck for us. Thank you, gentlemen, once again for all your work. Cameron Irvine on the production for us, as that is going to be just a run up the middle. And so now that's going to be 3rd and 5, a nice little test here for OKC's defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And it really is kind of a coin toss because you've been establishing the chunk yardage on the run this drive, but also they've got a really fantastic and engaged pass defense, and they're going to be engaged here, it looks like, the pass defense.
3rd and 5. Will they try to go to Gabe Manning? Slider drops back, looking over the middle, and that is going to be caught. And that is Alex Jackson with his first catch of the night, and that's a big first down.
Yeah, and it's a great read. It's a great read to put the ball there because the pass coverage for Oklahoma City is dropped back there, trying to prevent the big yardage from coming through, but it creates just the littlest bit of space for Kenny Slider to exploit there.
Slider 6 of 9, 62 yards so far here tonight, as that is going to be a handoff to Jones, and he's going to go nowhere. And that's going to be a timeout here from OKC. Well, Alden, we've made it to 2025, and that means the 2025 SFL convention is right around the corner. It's headed to Baltimore, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th to the 14th. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency, looking out into Baltimore's Inner Harbor. You can reserve your room now at the special group rate at simfl.net. As you got 3 wide here for the Miners. Slide drops back, looking over the middle. That is going to be caught. One-handed Alexander West with a catch and another timeout.
No look one-handed. Are you kidding me? This is just showing off how fantastically placed that ball was, like putting a frame on it like a painting.
What a catch there by Alexander West. 3 targets, 3 catches tonight for 44 yards for West. Slide looking in. That's going to be caught in the end zone. Down. That's Gabe Manning.
And that is just the result of sticking with it. Chunk yards, all that really develops there, and 2 fantastic passes and catches set up by Kenny Slider's throws there result in the touchdown. I mean, my goodness, a perfectly placed ball on the outside and just goes over the coverage there with the pass. That is unbelievable. Kenny Slider is on fire.
I mean, that was just an absolute dot there, going through basically Pharaoh Reigns. Thomas Rama Jr. right there as well, just drops it perfectly into Gabe Manning's hands. And Lexington wanting to get a score before the half, and they were able to get it. And now it is 14-0. So Oklahoma City, though, I mean, you got all your timeouts.
You got 3 timeouts, yeah.
You've got just under a minute to go. You're probably going to have like maybe 50 seconds.
Ooh.
As it's actually going to be 51 here as Rama Jr. takes it up to the 32. So you got to be a little aggressive here, Sheldon.
Yeah, well, that's a very helpful return as well. Starting way past the 20 is definitely, you'd like to get closer to the 50 in a perfect scenario, or just take it to the house. But that is so much better than a touchback.
Got 1st and 10 here. Let's see how aggressive the Renegade offense gets. Pierce, short drop looking, finds his target. That is going to be an 8-yard gain, and that's going to be the first time out here for OKC.
That is a great little pitch and catch just up the middle there. You almost wonder if Oklahoma City, you find a formation where there's a mismatch and force Lexington to burn that final timeout and just run clock. I almost think that that's the strategy here.
Yep, and they're going to send Bovine in motion. as Pierce drops back. Offensive line holding, trying to go to
Oh,
Bovine for the first down, but incomplete. About three minors were around him.
yeah, it looked like the turf monster got him there, falling to make that catch, but just falls through his outstretched arm there.
So 3rd and 2. You almost want to throw in this situation, and they are going to send McMichaels there in motion, but they may be a run here. Let's see what
Could
OKC calls up.
could be a block.
As Pierce drops back, time, and that is going to be tipped away, incomplete, intended for McMichaels, and that's going to set up 4th down.
Man, and it's a big stop by Lexington. 4th and 2. I almost listen. I am one of the most vocal advocates for go for it on 4th down in the league, and it does look like they're going to punt for it. I mean, 4th and 2 is such a manageable run, and with 30 seconds left and timeouts, I think you got to go for it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got just over 30 seconds to go. You're going to get the ball in the second half
Hmm.
to start with. I mean, I would have almost went for it as well. I totally agree with you there, Alden, but it is going to
Okay.
be Lexington's ball here on the 31, and we'll just probably run this into the halftime, I would
Yeah.
assume.
It's good to know I'm not just a psycho that loves going forward on 4th down. It's good to know that sometimes it's strategically sound.
I mean, it was strategically sound. I'll give you that. Like I said, I mean,
Hmm.
if they weren't getting the ball in the second half to start with, I would probably say, maybe punt it away. But you
Hmm.
don't want to make a mistake. But at the same time, you know, you're down 14, maybe you go for it. But
Sure. Sure.
let's see what Lexington does here. As Slider's going to drop back to pass, but it's just going to be a screen to the outside. It's going to be Jones is going to get a gain of 4.
Yeah, Phoenix Jones knocked off balance, but somehow manages to ride that momentum for a solid 4 yards. That is just, again, the athleticism of these running backs is truly on another level.
2 wide receivers at the top of the screen. 2nd and 6. Clock winding down. This will be the last play of the half. They're going to run this out, but James almost had the opportunity there to try to get to the outside, but they do make the tackle. And that was tackled by Rahman, as that is going to be the end of the first half, Alden, as Lexington on the road up 14-0. And let's go through this halftime here. So, Alden, what was your reaction to the first half?
Well, Lexington really showed everything that is in their toolbox, both on offense and defense, sending the pressure, great passes. I mean, man, Christian Slider made 2 amazing consecutive passes. Of course, his receivers benefiting as well. Oklahoma City have done a great job. You know, keep it close has to be the mantra, and they've shown that they can defense to pass well. 2 big drive inning swats this time, this half, and they're gonna look to capitalize getting the ball back first here. Gonna look to try to look a little better, a little more consistent on the offensive half of the ball here.
Yep, and it's showing Kenny Slider there, 9-12, 103 yards, 2 TDs, 1 to Phoenix Jones and 1 to Gabe Manning. And there's a nice look there at Renegade Nation Stadium. Guns blazing, as they say here in OKC. And hopefully the guns will start blazing here in the second half, as OKC will get the ball to start. So the second half here is underway, as it looks like they are going to take it out. That is Thomas Rahman Jr. as he gets past the 20, does a little juke move, and there is a flag on the play. Could be a block in the back.
Face masking.
Going to call a face mask there on Lexington. And so that'll move the Renegades up to the 28-yard line. So good field position there as you get a look at the total yards here, the team stats for both teams. OKC, 89 total yards in that first half.
And it's really been the like we said, the death by 1,000 paper cuts, just the chunk yardage that's been so big for Lexington this game.
And there's a toss in.
Oh
Look at that play
my.
just get blown up. Tony Roberto has just been a menace tonight. 2
Yeah.
sacks and now that big tackle for loss.
I mean, he was poised to go and just ran like a track star that heard a starting pistol. I mean, my goodness, just immediately, as soon as that play was snapped, he was in the backfield. That was scary.
I think Roberto used the force to know when that starting gun was going to go off there, as that is going to be incomplete, as that is going to be 3rd and long here for OKC.
Spidey senses at the very least.
There you go. Spidey senses, the force. I mean, come on.
It's the same
You can
thing.
call it. Same thing. I don't know. There might be people on this earth that would argue that for sure. Third and
Actually, it's midichlorians.
this midichlorians, guys. Third and 13, four wide set. Pierce drops back, looking and fires, overthrows McMichael's incomplete, and that's going to be a quick 3-and-out here for OKC.
Yeah, man, and what a tough defensive stand by Lexington there. Tough to run, tough to throw the ball, tough to gain yards when you can't do either of them.
And that's going to bring out Fiegels here. He's been a busy man so far tonight, as that is going to be punted away. And let's see if Gabe Manning gets a chance. He is going to get a chance, as he's going to build a spin move and gets up to the 45-yard line. You don't want to give that man any breathing room.
No, I saw that spin move and I got goosebumps. I'm like, oh, is he going to do it?
I thought he was there for a second. I mean, he.
Oh, I mean, because broken tackle.
The
there's space.
there.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's space on. He's got to get to the outside, but there's space there. That could have potentially been a very scary moment for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and so the Miners coming back out here, as we talked about Kenny Slider, 9-12, 103 yards and 2 TDs so far in tonight's game. But it's really been the running attack that has been kind of swallowing up this Renegade defense.
Mm-hmm.
As I formation set, Slider drops back, looking over the middle. That is going to be incomplete. Good broken pass deflection there by Farrell Reigns.
Yeah, absolutely. And, again, they really have made it tough for as good of a performance as Kenny Slider has had. Oklahoma City have not made it easy for him by any stretch of the imagination.
No, they have not. Just 3 catches for 38 yards and a touchdown so far for Manning tonight on 6 targets. Slide, short drop, and had Alex West there on the slant. First down would have been, but incomplete.
Yeah, great route and a great throw, man. He had nothing but space in front of him. That's one of those plays as a receiver that you see it projected on the roof of your bedroom as you go to sleep at night. You're like, man, if I caught that.
Yeah, because he might have had some green in front of him, as you said. Slider drops back, looking, fires, and it's going to be first down. And you always go to the dependable Gabe Manning for that catch.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, dependable is the word for it for sure. 50 yards in this game, over 12 yards per reception. I mean, it just helps you so much. Kenny Slider fired up, and now he's spreading the ball around to all his receivers, and they're benefiting as well.
Yep, and so you see split spread here for the Miners. Slide drops back, line holding well. He tries to throw it short to the running back, incomplete, intended for Jones.
That was so much patience shown on the pass coverage there, just waiting for the ball to be playable and then making the tackle. I mean, you cannot afford pass interference calls against a quarterback that's already just slinging it so well.
Yep, Slider looking over the middle. That is going to be caught, and that is going to be Alexander West. First down, 7 of 11 on the last 11 attempts here for Slider.
And it's the bravery. It's the bravery by Slider throwing into essentially double coverage there, but he knows his quarterback has got, or his receiver rather, has got just enough space, and West tucks that away, just brings the ball in safely. Fantastic pitch and catch.
Man, I'll tell you, this combo of West and Manning has been looking really good so far today, as there's going to be a handoff this time to Jones up the middle. It's going to get a gain of 4.
Man, and a big block up front by the Lexington offensive line made that one possible there. Took a play that might have been 1 or 2 yards and added a couple onto it.
2nd and 6 here for the Miners. I-twin set. As that is going to be a handoff this time to James, and the defense right there to stop him. Farrell Reigns cleans it up.
Yeah, and Farrell Reigns has had a pretty significant presence for the defense. That is not the first time we've called his name. 4 tackles, an assisted tackle, and a swat so far. A big swat that ended a drive.
4 wide set. Slider drops back. Pressure getting in. He gets hit as he throws. Incomplete. And that was a big-time play by the OKC defense.
That is a huge, huge stand for OKC. I mean, definitely going to try the field goal or Lexington, but man, that is a huge stop to bend not break.
Yeah, because Lexington was just kind of moving at will there, but able to get the pressure from the edge. Not sure exactly who was able to get that, but great play nevertheless, as that is going to bring out the kicker here for Lexington, Takiti Yuki, as the kick is up and it is good, making it 17-0.
Yeah, and man, Oklahoma City looking for their first points, a goose egg currently, and man, they've got good things going for them. I mean, when they're able to get the space to run, Colin Pierce has over 50 passing yards. I mean, if they can string these first downs together, I mean, that's the thing is consistency, consistency, consistency has got to be the mantra.
And they are going to be able to bring it out past the 30 up to the 31-yard line. And that is going to bring out this OKC offense. And how many likes do we have on this video so far? I'm going to assume it's probably not enough. So smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you've got the notifications on so you don't miss a minute of SFL and SFL in action and help the channel grow through your support. So if you have a chance, it takes you 1 second to just hit a thumbs up on this video, as you're going to see the I spread formation here for OKC trying to get their first points of the night. To the outside, incomplete, intended for the wide receiver, incomplete pass.
Yeah, and again, you know, the bravery shown by Colin Pierce, very tightly covered. But again, you know, you've got receivers that have these long wingspans, and they can just kind of reach out and grab it. A drop there, but I mean, again, certainly a sound plan.
Yep, Colin Pierce, 6 of 15 for only 64 yards tonight. He's got time looking over the middle. That is caught. That is Stephen McMichaels. He gets the first down, muscles his way to the 45-yard line. Good play there by McMichaels.
6'3", 220 something pounds. I mean, again, that's why you have these receiving tight ends that become such a big thing all across football. Not only do they have the long limbs to reach up and grab these balls that are lofted up into the air, I mean, they're just so tough to bring down, just so solid to try to bring it down. It's like trying to chop down a tree.
Yep, and he found that mismatch there as he was being covered by Mike Mello, the defensive tackle, as Utah is going to get a gain of 3 on the run there to set up second down.
And now it's Oklahoma City that are getting the little bit of chunk yardage. That's really what set up that previous scoring drive for Lexington, is just a little chunk yardage. And maybe it's a thing that Oklahoma City have keyed into. Okay, we don't have to get everything all at once.
2nd and 7 here, 6:25 to go in the third quarter. 2 wide at the top of the screen. There is a handoff. The line not able to contain as Lexington's defense in there. David Ware making the stop.
Yeah, that is a big tackle because it sets up a pretty tricky third and medium here.
Yeah, 3rd and 7 here for the Renegades. Bunch set at the bottom of the screen, as Pierce drops back, pressure getting to the backside, overthrows his target, incomplete. Not sure he was going to, but that's going to set up 4th down.
Yeah, tried to get him in the open space there, but the receiver was just smothered in triple coverage downfield there. The corners and the safeties there coming into play.
And that's going to bring out Fiegels here for the punt, as he's going to punt that away, trying to pin them deep. And they're going to take it from about the 20-yard line. Manning gets about 6 yards on that return, and that's going to bring out this Lexington offense here again. And we've been talking about it. I mean, both sides, passing and running, have just been very efficient tonight for the Miners.
Yeah, Kenny Slider with a quarterback rating in the 120s, almost 150 yards. Alexander West has over 50 yards receiving. Gabriel Manning has over 50 yards receiving. Phoenix Jones is pulling up on 50 yards running. Yeah, this has just been an offensive unit that's been pretty much clicking on every gear.
Yeah, and it's going to be 1st and 10 here from the 26. I spread set. They are going to hand it off. It is going to go to Jones, as he does get a couple yards on the play. And last week, Lexington only 51 yards rushing. Tonight, a different story.
Yeah, absolutely. Well above that mark. Phoenix Jones just crossing the 50-yard mark on his own, and of course, you got the two back system. So, and plenty of football game left to play. I wouldn't be surprised if they put up 100 or more as a unit.
DJ Bandit have not called his name tonight. He is the man in motion. Kind of interesting to not see him get involved as Slider looking. He's got time and fires Jackson in his hands, but dropped the pressure of those corners getting to him.
Well, yeah, absolutely, and it's the great coverage. But we talked about early on in this game about how the offensive line investment has been made by Lexington. Again, 4 out of 5 are rookies, and again, you saw there just creating a pocket even as it's tightening there.
Bunch set. They are going to hit the screen over to Jones as Jones with the stiff arm, but he does not get the first down mark, and that is a good stop there for OKC.
And that has really been Phoenix Jones's strength, his ability to adjudicate space on the field, uses his limbs to keep the receivers away from him. Not only stiff arms, but just creating a physical no-touch barrier.
Hitachi Yuki coming out for the punt as OKC looks like they're going to field it just past the 30-yard line and maybe just get a couple of yards on that as OKC's offense coming out here in the middle of the third quarter. And Alden, I mean, Lexington's defense has been good. What does OKC need to do differently to get this ball rolling?
Man, I mean, it's really difficult because, I mean, Lexington have really just had, I think, a complete performance on offense and defense. You really got to find a way to blow space up the middle. I think that's the big thing is they've done so well clogging up the middle.
And that indeed right there was a nice little pitch and catch as that was Bachagalupi there getting the first down.
Yeah, and see, that's exactly what you've got to do is, they're sending pressure up the middle. Okay, well, where's a receiver that's just a little ways down the field? And again, exactly what we saw there, because the receiver is open, or the receiver is open rather, because of the pressure being sent up the middle. You got to design plays like that.
Yeah, nice little all hot routes there for the receivers as they're able to get that first down. Split back set here for the Renegades, as that is going to be a handoff to Udon. And look at the defensive pressure coming up there. Good tackle there by Iggy Turner, the second round pick.
And I like this by Lexington. I like that they're sending the defensive pressure pretty much every down. It's sort of a chess move. You're forcing your opponent to make mistakes by putting that pressure on them rather than worrying about putting your own foot on the gas. A very defensive oriented performance by Lexington.
29th overall selection in the second round. Then pressure coming from the backside, and that's going to be down. That is Roberto again, his third sack of the night, Alden.
Well, I mean, we're in Renegade territory, so put on your sombreros, I guess, for the hat trick because, man, again, just has done so well to split around the outside of the coverage. And when you send so much pressure, it's so tough, even for a really good offensive line, to get set because they're getting doubled in reverse.
3 down lineman here for Lexington. Empty set for the Renegades. Pressure coming to the backside again, and that's going to be caught. That is going to be probably a first down, and there's a flag on the play. Let's see what it is.
A little bit of an early hit there.
And it looks like it is going to be pass interference against Lexington.
Still caught the ball, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, that was McMichaels there on the catch, and not sure exactly what they saw. He may have just gotten there like a bang-bang play there.
Yeah, I was gonna say a little bit of an early bump, perhaps. It wasn't the tackle, I don't think.
Well, OKC getting on the Lexington side of the field here, 1st and 10. Let's see if they take advantage. Pierce rolls out to his right, looking, and in the hands of Heslip and out. And that was almost a bad play there for OKC.
Yeah, and would have had space to run too. Is the scarier part, perhaps.
Yeah, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Renegades. 2:43 to go in the third quarter. Split twin set. Pierce drops back. He's got plenty of time. Looking and trying to find Bachagalupi on the out route there, but Cameron Shaw makes the play.
Man, and Shaw realized exactly what was happening there. He was covering more towards the center there, but he read the eye line there of Colin Pierce and was and rotated over. That was just heads up recovery on defense.
Big third down here for OKC, 3rd and 10. As Pierce drops back, pressure coming in. That is tipped
Oh,
away, almost intercepted, incomplete. That was Marco Swift, the strong safety, with the deflection. And that's going to bring up 4th down here for the Renegades.
man, and that was just such a good job on the coverage. I mean, that's the kind of ball that Colin Pierce has been throwing and has had some success with. So, certainly can't fault it for just trying to loft it up over McMichaels' head. But yeah, just great coverage.
And Fiegel's out there. He's, as I said, busy man. And they're going to fair catch this at the 21-yard line. And so Lexington coming back out here once again. Slight 12 of 20, 151 yards. And you can see there on the screen there, all in 3rd down efficiency. Kind of rough for both teams.
Yeah, and exactly, and that's why it's so important, I think, for Lexington trying to get these chunk yardages. You set yourself up on a good second down. You don't even have to worry about third down.
Well, Lexington's 50% so far, so that's not too bad, but you want to be a little bit better as Jones up the middle for a gain
Yeah,
of 5.
you'd like it to be better than a coin flip, ideally.
Jones, his 13th carry of the night, as just trying to drain this clock out here for Lexington. High twin set. As OKC maybe trying to bring some pressure. Slider drops back. The pressure getting to him. He is going to go down, and that's going to be a sack. That's Jad McPherson.
That is so big for Oklahoma City. I mean, Lexington have sent the pressure all game successfully. Now it seems to be Oklahoma City's turn. I mean, doing a great job. We're going to see it again here. Just blows around the outside. That offensive line of Lexington have really been paying dividends, but Oklahoma City there have maybe found the angle.
Jad McPherson, the 2nd-round pick, with his first sack of the game. As the crowd getting into it now. 3rd down, and Gabe Manning quiets them down with a catch and a first.
Just tucks it away under his arm like a rugby ball there with that catch. I mean, we're gonna see it again here. Nice little corner route, and man, just stays up and picks up a few yards there. What a great pitch and what a great catch.
Yeah, 5 catches for 76 yards tonight for Gabe Manning. As it is going to be I spread formation here for the Miners. As that is going to be a handoff. Jones is not going to get very far. As that was a good tackle there. That's Aaron Good.
Yeah, a little impromptu butt shove happening there.
High twin set here, 2nd and 10. As we're winding down the 3rd quarter, there's going to be a handoff, and it is going to be Jones again as he's going to try to break that tackle to the outside, but does not, as that was Brady Clark, the free safety there on the tackle.
Man, and that is just what Phoenix Jones has been doing so well all game, just using the strength, the power, the athleticism to stay up and be hard to hit.
36 here. The defense needs to make a hold to force a punt. As Slider drops back, pressure trying to get to the outside, tipped away. That was almost intercepted. Pharaoh Reigns had the opportunity and dropped it.
Going for it, diving on it like a bomb. I mean, that was so close to a massive momentum play for Oklahoma City, and it's a huge swat to end the drive. To be fair, that is going to be Oklahoma City getting a chance here.
And Yuki with the punt as OKC is going to field this and maybe has some decent field position. We'll see. They are going to mark him at the 30-yard line. That was Rahman on the return. And, yeah, I mean, at that pick, if he would have been able to have that, there was daylight in front of him. I think that might have been a pick 6.
Yeah, and worst case scenario, you get the pick and get tackled, you're still well inside the 50.
Yep.
You're still well in enemy territory.
And this will be the final play of the 3rd quarter, split twin set. As that is going to be a handoff to Udon and doesn't get anywhere. As there is Roberto, the menace. He's been there all night long making plays. And that is going to do it here for the end of the third. Lexington with the lead 17-0. We'll be right back here on the Virtual Football Network. And you are watching Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network, the official network of the SFLM, the SFL, UFL, and so much more coming soon. The Virtual Football Network, where all the best virtual football lives, as Colin Pierce is going to try to get to the outside. And look at this play here. Stephen McMichael's there on a nice little tight end screen, and it's going to be a first down.
My, oh my, that is some fantastic run after catch. I mean, we're going to see just finds him in space and just pure speed and spacing makes that play possible there, getting way downfield from where he started.
I want to give a special shout out to Stephen Hacker and Bismarck Wright in the stats truck, making us sound smarter than we are. Thank you, gentlemen, once again. Chad Rowland, Alden Bleeker in the booth. Cameron Irvine on the ones and twos for us tonight as Pierce drops back, looking over the middle, overthrows his target, incomplete. And it's going to be second down.
And it's been something that what we just saw there is something that's been sort of a mixed bag for Oklahoma City. The high balls up the middle. I mean, you got receivers that have that great wingspan, so they can go up and get it. I mean, I don't think it's a bad play, but just not quite working out there.
3 wide set. They are going to hand it off. This time it's going to be a fullback dive, and Bovine gets a couple yards on the run. That's going to set up 3rd and 6.
And he would have had so much space. That is a great recovery by the Lexington defense there to get one hit in and buy enough time for everyone else to sort of converge on Bovine there.
3 carries for 10 yards so far for Bovine tonight. Pierce drops back looking. He's going to try to look for McMichaels. Incomplete. Don't know if that was deflected. It might have been in his hands, but it's going to end the drive here for OKC.
Yeah, man. And Oklahoma City did some good things on that drive, but Lexington are going to get what could be a very decisive drive. I would be very surprised if we see Lexington pass the ball here. It's gonna try to chew as much time off the clock as they can here with a 2.5 score lead.
I do want to ask you, I mean, you are an aggressive coach, what it sounds like when we talked earlier. Are you going for it here?
Man, you're down like 2.5 scores. You've got I think you do almost, because you've shown that you can stop Lexington in enemy territory. So a field goal is not as bad as a touchdown. So I think you got to try.
3 wide set, Slight looking over. That is going to be caught. Alexander West down to the 40-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for the Miners.
Yeah, and a great pitch and catch there, just finding the man in space. That has been Kenny Slider's bread and butter so far today. Over 150 yards, quarterback rating in the 110s. And in fact, you see it there creeping up on 200 pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, Alexander West, 6 targets, 5 catches for 85 yards so far. Just looking very good in this game, as you're going to see this split spread formation look here for the Miners. They are going to toss it to Jones and had an opportunity to make the tackle there in the backfield. They actually do. I think they might have lost a yard. That was Rahman Jr. to clean it up, but it looked like Sabo Cannon was there first.
Yeah, and that's really the thing, is that, you know, these 2 running backs for Lexington are so elusive. You got to send everyone once that first contact is made.
And there's Slider, drops back, finds the open man. That is Gabe Manning. What looked like maybe on a stop route or a curl route. Great route there by Manning, first down.
Yeah, I mean, whatever route in the tree it was, I mean, he was just wide open there. We're going to see it again. Yeah, just a little stop route there, as you say. That's a good call. Just gets past the defensive line coverage and has space in front of him. You almost wonder if there's space for him to turn on the jets there and go to the house.
Yep, and there's a shot there of Gabe Manning, as you see 3 wide set here out of the single back formation. As there's going to be a handoff to Jones, and they're not going to get anywhere near any sort of yardage. And let's go to the SFL headquarters for a game break with Cam and Irvine. Cam, take it away.
Thank you, Chad. Very similar to last week, Atlanta. Too little, too late. They recover an onside kick and score a touchdown, but they can't catch Minnesota. 20-13, Legend win. Your final. Back to you.
All right, Minnesota improving after that victory, after the loss against Mexico City last week. Congratulations to them, as we are going to be set up with a 3rd-and-1 here in this ballgame. Third and 1. I-twin set here for the Miners. There's a handoff, and that's going to be a first down. Jones powers his way through there, taking good and out and getting the first down.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Jones. I mean, not only is he elusive and fast, as you would expect for an SFL running back, but also very, very strong power runner. That's how he's been the offensive player of the year and a 2-time All-Star.
James is going to get the run this time, as he's going to carry Gooden on his back for a gain of 4. $6:15 to go here in the 4th quarter. Lexington looking like they may have shifted over to just draining the clock out here, as West will be the man in motion from the 32-yard line, as Slider is going to hand this off. It is going to be to Phoenix Jones. And, oh man, he just took him out. That was Josh Vasquez, and that's not an easy man to plow over.
No, I mean, and he bowled him over. Oh my goodness, sent him flying, man. We saw Arn Anderson's spine buster earlier. We're seeing that thing where they run around the outside of the ring and just run people over. Man, this is if you're a fan of professional wrestling, this is a good SFL game for you to be watching.
As the Hall of Famer T. Roy Gaines would say, sent him to the shadow realm. As that is going to be spread look here. James breaking the tackle and gets a first down past the 20, and the Miners are in the red zone.
Yeah, man, and it's such a great chance. Lexington chewing time off the clock. I mean, man, you don't want to count Oklahoma City out of it, but this would put them in such a dominant position to end it here.
Yep, and the clock just keeps ticking. Getting close to 5 minutes to go. Jones getting to the outside, but just short of the first down, and they're going to be 3rd and short.
Very close 3rd and inches. I'll be curious to see how this one is spotted. You know, these lines on the field that you fans see are imaginary, but I'd be surprised if the football is not touching the, yeah, that's about a third and a calculator to go.
And 3rd and short here, as Jones easily gets that first down and past the 10-yard line. It's going to set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, great 1st and goal, great conversion there. You know, as we mentioned earlier in this quarter, both teams have had sort of middling luck on the 3rd down conversions. Great job taking advantage of the 3rd and short there.
And I-Pro set here. They are going to try to go to the outside, and look at the tackle there made by the defense, and sets up 2nd and goal.
Yeah, that's so big. I mean, again, we saw Oklahoma City stop Lexington inside enemy territory, inside the red zone earlier in this game. So we know they can do it. They just got to stick with it. Never give up.
OKC can definitely stop in the red zone. They did it earlier, as you said. Alden, 2nd and goal, 2 wide set here, maybe trying to go up the middle there as OKC's line shifts. Play clock winding down, 3-2-1, and they are going to snap it right there, as that is going to be a handoff to Deion James, and doesn't get anywhere.
Man, and Lexington chewing up a ton of clock this drive with these runs. I would be very unsurprised if they get to the 2-minute warning here.
Yeah, so 3rd and goal, as we are going to cross over 3 minutes to go. As you see here, Lexington just letting this clock just wind down.
No reason to rush. No reason to rush and risk a fumble.
Yep, no reason to rush indeed. 3rd and goal. As you're just looking to hold on to the ball here. And that is going to be to Jones. And look at
Oh
the
my
tackle made there. That was
goodness.
good. And to make the stop. And that is going to bring a fourth down here for for Lexington.
Yeah, man, and making a huge hit there we seen the little running around the ring spot. We've seen a spine buster, and that must have been a spear then, because just flying to make that tackle.
So that is going to set him up here with a 21-yard attempt. Probably will snap it maybe before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do. And they do indeed. As the kick is up, and it is good. It's 15 plays, almost 7 minutes on that drive, Alden.
That is lethal. That is right there. That is just, man, that is a goal accomplished, even though Oklahoma City managed to get a huge stop. And it is all pressure on Oklahoma City. They've done some good things on offense, but have struggled to get the points to match, and they're going to try to break this goose egg as their first step.
Yep, and that's really all you're looking for now. As look at this here, maybe with the opportunity, no, past the 30 up to the 35. So Renegades are going to start with some decent field position here. And as you mentioned, Alden, I mean, the goal is probably just to get a score. That way you can come out of here a little bit and not get shut out.
Yeah, absolutely. It helps, and you know, it does help your tiebreakers and things like this.
And so the 2-minute warning here, as we will now see what OKC can do when we come back here on the Virtual Football Network. And we are back here at Renegade Nation Stadium. Chad Rowland, Alden Bleeker in the booth. Stephen Hacker and Bismarck Wright in the stats truck. Thank you, gentlemen, for your hard work today. As Cameron Irvine on the production side, thank you to him, I guess, as well. It's going to be a rollout to the right. Pierce looking, and that's going to be tipped away. That is Heslip, incomplete.
And just great coverage there. You know, you've got to, even when you're up, you got to play like you're down. That has really been, I think, a mentality advantage for Lexington and Oklahoma City's defense, to be fair, as well, have been playing this way. But you got to play like you're down even when you're up. That's just how it is.
Up in there, going to send a man in motion here. That's going to be Udon, the running back, 4-wide set. Here for OKC. Pierce drops back, looking. He's going to fire, and that's going to be incomplete. Heslip again tipped it away. Had another opportunity for a pick and drop.
Man, and it's so tough, these dropped picks, because they're every time they've been in fantastic position to go to pick up significant yardage, if not go all the way the other way.
Yep, empty set. Here for the Renegades, 3rd and 10. This is, I mean, you have to be 4-down territory.
Yeah,
here
no,
for the Renegades. We haven't seen him try it yet. As Pierce is going to drop back, he looks and trying to go for McMichaels and tipped away, incomplete.
Yeah, there's no chance they don't go for it, in my opinion. I mean, if you do, that's just a surrender. You know, you're tipping over your king, to put it in chess terms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it looks like the offense is going to stay on the field here,
and good
don't
for them.
Blame them a bit. Let's see what they can do and get aggressive. Empty set. 4th and 10. Pierce changing the play at the line. Might see a weakness in the defense. Let's see if he's correct. Pierce drops back. Pressure holds, looking, and that is going to be, oh, that looked like, was it in the hands of McMichaels there, and he just didn't move, dropped it? What happened there, Alden?
I'm not pressure happening there. Oh, it hit someone else.
Yeah, it looked like it was going for Bachakalupi, and McMichaels just kind of froze.
Huh. That was certainly something, but yeah, that is a great idea to go. I mean, you've got to go for it on 4th down there. I mean, you're already looking at 3 onside kicks as it is.
Yeah, I mean, you have no choice to go for it, but you know, they tried and they did not make it, so that is going to turn the ball over, and Lexington is going to hand this off here to Phoenix Jones, as that's going to be a gain of 3, and OKC burns their first time out.
Yeah, and you know, you could have one more chance with the ball, and then you get the ball back. So it's not over by any stretch of the imagination, but it is looking unlikely. It is looking like a very uphill battle.
Yeah, it is indeed, as you are going to see single back set here. As that's going to be a handoff to Jones. He's able to get the first down and more past the 25 up to about the 22-yard line. And don't think that this is the last game of the night here for the
Mm-mm.
SFL. Jump back in here later on at 7:45. You got Vancouver in their first game of the season going up against Charleston. And then later on tonight, Queen City tries to go 2-0 as they face the Los Angeles Lycans in Lycan Stadium as high twin set here for the Miners. As that is going to be a handoff to Jones, and he's able to get the first down and more past the 20 up to about the 25. Actually, it's going to be second and 5, and that's going to be a timeout. The final one there by OKC.
Yeah, definitely worth using your timeouts there. Show a little spirit, I believe, and yeah, they're just going to kneel it out here.
Yep, and they are going to let this clock drain as, I mean, OKC will get the ball for a little bit, I would assume, but not very long at all. So let's talk about just the reactions of this game, Alden. What was your reaction to this game tonight?
Man, Oklahoma City were doing good things on offense. Colin Pierce had 104 passing yards. They had close to 100, 75 plus, excuse me, close to 100 yards receiving, all spread around to their starting players. A decent showing from their 3 runners, and their defense had some. I think that's the bright spot if you're Oklahoma City, is that the defense had a pretty good day at the office. 2 sacks to be shared, 7 swats, a tackle for loss by Thomas Rahman Jr. And, as Oklahoma City, you've got to kind of take losses like this on the chin and look at what you did well and recognize, well, we're a returning team to the league. Lexington have got great things going for them. And Kenny Slider, in my opinion, has got to receive the game ball here. He was so on fire and created so much space for the rest of his offense to work.
And Yuki with the field goal up and good. So that's going to end that drive there as Lexington adding just some insurance points there, as the kick is up and good. And yeah, I have to agree with you there. I mean, Kenny Slider, I feel like really deserves the game ball. 16 to 25, 206 yards. But I will say too, if you are going to give it to somebody else, I think you got to give it to the defender, Tony Roberto. I mean, 8 tackles, 3 sacks, 4 tackles for loss in this game today. I mean, he was just a menace when it counted. And another player you could even look at too is Phoenix Jones, 27 carries, 94.
Yeah, Phoenix Jones really showed a lot of what he's learned over his 11 seasons in the league. I mean, as we said, 2-time All-Star, former Offensive Player of the Year, and just showed out today. But I mean, Kenny Slider really, I think, was able to just enable so much of his offense.
Pierce drops back over the fires towards Bacigalupi, incomplete, and that's going to be enough time for one more play here. And so looking at next week here for each of these teams, it looks like OKC will be going to Vancouver to take on the Legion, and Lexington will have an interesting matchup against the Sin City Samurai next week.
Yet another battle of new teams to the SFL.
Yep, and Pierce out of the gun one more time, trying to just chuck it down the field. Look at this. That is caught. And that was Bacigalupi just adding to the stats there. So, maybe they could have gone to that earlier in the game. Out of the gun. That was the first time they called gun tonight, but just fires it over the defenders there.
Got a little flippy, but a great catch to close this game out here on a high note for Oklahoma City.
Yep, and that is going to do it here at OKC as it is 23-0. As we talked about, I mean, Kenny Slider, 16 to 25, 206 yards, 2 TDs. This offense was just leading.
Yeah, absolutely. And Oklahoma City really showed some growing pains as a returning league to the team, and that's to be expected, but man, Lexington really looked just absolutely locked in. If you'd be thrilled to have their defensive unit on your fantasy team today, most of all, you'd be thrilled to have Kenny Slider, Alexander West as well. I mean, 206 passing yards, 93 receiving yards, 15 and a half receiving yards on average. There is not a single receiver to sort of demonstrate this, not a single receiver with less than 10 yards per reception on Lexington. They really just went all out. And Phoenix Jones, almost 100 rushing yards as well. This was just a team that was clicking on every level with both units.
All right. And well, for Stephen Hacker and Bismarck Wright, Alden Bleeker, this is Chad Rowland. Thank you once again, and tune in next time on the Virtual Football Network. Good afternoon, everyone.